Transmission sent. Receiving automated transmission.
Hi there, you've reached the yellow phone of Delilah Vanderfiend. I'm currently on a much-needed self-care vacation at the Endless Dark Pit. Please send any and all business inquiries to the offices of Warlock and Warlock, and any negativity to someone who actually cares. If this is my cat sitter and you have a question, you're fired for even daring to ask. Whoever you are, thanks for listening. I surely needn't remind you of how foolish it would be to reply to this message. Bye-bye now.
Transmission ends. Would you like to record that response? You have selected no.
And now for our regular scheduled programming. Let's see what's happening in the magical metropolis of xan'moxie in this thrilling installment of Dungeons and Drag Quiz!
And you are standing here in this alleyway as this wall of fire is beginning to close in on you, as these two demonic lawyers, Karen Styx and Bob Beezle, cackle ahead of you in the doorway, standing next to Oculo, the Cyclops demon. And we are in initiative, and I have pre-rolled this initiative to speed things up. And bam, it's Tom's turn. What do you do? As this wall of fire begins closing in, you think that it's not going to take long before it closes in on the four of you. Of course, Jan, the janitor, is still here, wielding her two mop heads like pom-poms, and she looks determined to get this cleaning job done.
Does she? So if we're janitors, do we have any, bucket of water for mopping?
I think that's reasonable. I think maybe you have like a cleaning cart that you brought with you that you're using for the ruse. So yeah, you have a cleaning cart which would have buckets of water.
Is it possible to throw a bucket of water at the fire?
Absolutely. Give me an attack roll. Just use your regular attack roll.
Okay. All right. We are 17 plus 6. 23.
Cool. So you run over to the cleaning cart and just put back your spray bottle as you grab this bucket of mop water, as you just splash it ahead of you, and the flames recede, but they look like that they will spring back as they are magical flames. But currently they are of no bother to you.
Excellent.
Do you do anything else on your turn?
Hang on. So where are the? So we've got the flames there, but where are the Bob and Karen?
So Bob and Karen are standing at the end of this alley where the back entrance into the Warlock and Warlock offices are, standing about 15 feet away.
So where are they? So they're behind the flame. So we're like cornered with the flame, and the
yes.
Okay.
But I think unless you've actually, that's a good question. Have you thrown the mop bucket in front of you or behind you?
Well, wherever the flame is, in front, no?
It's around. It's like a ring of fire.
Oh, I see. Right. I
Closing
understand.
the four of you in.
Okay. I was thinking we were in like an alley, like behind us was building and we couldn't get out. I see now. Okay, well, if that's the case, if when I threw it, did it like part, like do any kind of Moses style parting?
Yeah, whichever way you've thrown it, it's parted slightly, but we'll come back eventually. But you have a clear way in either direction.
So can I not run out of the parted?
You absolutely can.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Hence the question, which direction did you throw it?
Oh, right. I see. I understand now. I'm a real visual kind of person. I think I just kind of threw it whichever way. So if I picked it up, whatever was kind of closest, I was trying to be really quick. So let's kind of say that's like towards them.
Sure. So the way ahead is clear, you think, for this round.
Okay.
So you can rush ahead.
Yes.
You won't be able to do anything else on your turn.
Right. That's fine.
Cool. So you could probably make it all the way up to them if you wanted to.
Yes.
Great. Well, fortunately, it's Bob Beezle's turn.
Oh,
Please.
no.
I may regret this.
Oh, yeah, I forgot they can roll initiative.
They could fight back.
Oh, man.
As Bob Beezle brandishes a very expensive watch which then transforms into a large sword, which as you run toward him, he just tries to drive it into you, trying to stab you twice. And they are both going to hit, unless you have an AC that is higher than 20.
No, it's 14.
He slashes at you twice, and each time the sword connects, the sword goes up in flames, and you're going to take an amount of damage. So that is 13 slashing damage and 6 fire damage.
Oof.
Oh, ouch.
That hurts.
And he just does this motion, just like barely moves the rest of his body. He seems completely unfazed by your advance.
Whew.
What's a janitor gonna do to me?
Well, I might clean you up if you're not too careful.
And it's Miriam's turn.
All right, cool. So she's going to stuff her hand into her satchel bag and pull out a set of a wooden beaded necklace, and then put it on, and then say some words and cast protection from evil and good on herself. Gaining several benefits, the main one being creatures of those types being good or evil, and also belonging to aberration, celestial, elemental, fae, fiend, and undead, have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target, which is me. And I can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
Perfect.
Cool. Okay, so that's my action to cast that spell.
Sure.
But I'm gonna.
Is there a visual element to this spell functioning on you?
I mean, I'm wearing these wooden beads. It doesn't describe any in this.
Oh, just like what? Like, is there something you would like it to look like?
Oh, right, sure, yeah. Yeah, I guess I've got like a little. I lightly glow gold, like a light gold shimmering. Yeah.
As you see, Bob and Karen just kind of like cover their eyes slightly as they look upon you, and then get over it.
And then I raise my plunger and charge forward.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I can't attack them this round, but I'll move right up to Bob.
Sure. So both Bob and Tom you are standing next to Tom, next to Bob, and Karen is standing slightly behind Bob.
Cool.
Great. It is Cleo's turn, and sorry, you got to make your crossbow attack, which we completely. You mentioned it, and I'm like, yeah, we'll get to it, and then I completely forgot, so you get to make it now.
Yay!
So let's say that, like, as soon as this confrontation started, that's when you pulled your quick draw crossbow, and only now is it getting off, and then you can take your turn as normal.
Yay! All right, so I rolled a 15 plus 17. Oh, I'm firing it at Bob.
Yeah, sure. So you fire this bolt off at Bob Beezle, and as it would almost connect with his face, and then you just see a shimmering barrier as it just bounces off.
Oh, interesting. He's got a magical barrier.
Could you make an Arcana check for me?
13.
You don't know why he has one, but you think that his what you would interpret as armor class would be a bit lower normally, but is higher because of this barrier.
Cool.
And now you get to take your regular turn.
All right. How far away is Karen and Bob?
They're between 15 and 20 feet away.
All right. I want to use lightning lure, which, fun fact, has never worked for me.
Oh god, I hope this works.
I want to lightning lure Karen.
Sure. Tell me what it looks like as you're casting the spell.
So I've got my wand, and I'm kind of hiding it under the broomstick. So it's like technically there, but like they can't see it because we're in the middle of a battle, and they're probably not staring at my mop head too much. So I'm using that as a fake wand, and I kind of like cowboy whip in the direction of Karen, and I say something about cleaning up your act. Everybody laughs.
Remind me, is that a what kind of saving throw is that against lightning lure?
Strength.
So as you lash out your now electrified mop that is now as a lash of lightning travels toward Karen, she will make a strength save. Oh yeah, she rolled hella high.
Why does it never work?
One day. You know what? We need to just go after some goblins, get you feeling good about the spell. Something achievable.
Yeah, I think the lightning like tries to wrap around her, and then she just flexes a bit, and the lightning dissipates.
Ooh.
And you look like she's more muscular than she normally appears.
Oh, okay. Question.
Mm-hmm.
Healing light as a celestial power. If it's
Mhm.
used on something that's not like the opposite of a celestial, does it do damaging power?
This isn't Final Fantasy, but I kind of like it. So yeah, why not?
I'm going to use 2d6s healing light damage.
Sure, I'll get you to. You can still do it as a bonus action, but you will have to make an attack roll
Okay.
with your spell attack modifier.
Cool.
And now I've established this that this can be used against fiends, but it's fine. It's specifically your healing light because you do work for a celestial. So like healing magic wouldn't necessarily work, but yours does.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so 17.
Yeah, even with a 17, you fire off these bolts of celestial energy. And who are you firing them at?
Karen.
Sure. And she just waves them away as a similar barrier to Bob appears in front of her.
Oh, gosh.
You're going to have to try better than that, darling. The Warlock and Warlock bylaws give us a few extra perks while we're on office grounds.
Oh, would I know that?
You failed to remember it, and it's not something you have been given.
Oh, wow. All right. I thought I was doing well previously.
I mean, you're still mortal.
Oh, yeah, good point. I don't want to be demonic. It does not suit me. I mean, it does not suit me as high as him.
And it's Karen's turn, and she just snaps her fingers again as the ring of fire resumes roars back into shape, closing up the path that Tom had cleared. It begins closing on you, Cleo, as the only person left in that. And I'm going to need you to make a dex save.
Oh. Did everyone... I didn't realise. Everyone had run away. So, dexterity. 12.
So you try to leap out of the way of the flames, but you get closed in, and you're going to take some fire damage.
You're being fired again.
Oh,
And that's going to be 23 fire damage.
oh what? Just a little bit on fire.
And you are still trapped in this wall of fire. And unless you find a way out, you will take that damage again
Cool.
on your next turn. And Jan is still trapped in this ring of fire with you, Cleo. As I guess she gets to make the same dex save that you did to get out of it, as it was closing in.
Don't forget she's proficient with, cleaning carts. Keep that in mind.
Well,
Yeah.
she
Yeah, she's a proper
rolled
cleaner.
really high. She's got her. I think she dips her mop pom-poms into like another mop bucket that's also there, and then just like does a little flip backward to closer to the street as the mop water kind of assists her escape a bit. Don't worry about me. I'm still here. I'm good. I'm ready to clean. And we're back to the top initiative. It is Tom's turn.
Ugh, okay, so am I still in front of them?
Mm-hmm. You're still in front of Bob Beezle.
Okay. And I've left my spray. Did you say I put the spray down to pick up that bucket of water?
I did, but I kind of made that choice for you, so you can still have it if you want.
Yeah, I feel like I would have just clipped it on my utility apron or whatever janitors are provided as part of their PPE.
Can you tell me what the brand of the spray cleaner is?
What the brand is?
Yeah.
I think it would be like Det Hole. Or like, yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
I feel it.
It's Det Hole.
Scouring the grime from hell.
So are they both standing like next to one another, or what's their sit?
Yeah, they're pretty close to each other.
Mhm.
Karen's standing a bit further behind.
Okay. Can I pull out my spray and because it's an arrow? Did you say?
Yes, it is a hand crossbow.
Yeah, sweet. And just like shoot it at him, like point blank.
Sure. You'll have disadvantage on the attack roll because it is point blank, but you can go ahead and do that.
That's
and
upsetting.
because Miriam is next to you, you will have your sneak attack bonus.
Well, okay, if it's gonna be a disadvantage, maybe I'm better off to just pull out something else, short swordy, and just give him a little stab.
Sure. Since we're on theme, give me something cleany that would be your short sword.
Okay. So it'd be a tool that's used to like kind of cut off excess what do you call that? Silicon stuff that you would use to, like, putty up a bathroom.
That's too mask for me. I don't know what you're talking about, but yes.
Absolutely.
The answer is yes.
Kind of like a box cutter.
Oh, I know box cutters.
Yeah, let's go with a box cutter.
You can do
that's gonna
crafts with those.
You can do crafts with a box cutter. You're correct. You can also do some mask stuff with it, but
I feel
Craft
very
is
dramatic if
suitable.
you just you throw your arm out to the side and then you have that metallic click 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 noise as you pull the blade out.
they're like shwing.
Perfect. Yeah. So you brandish a box cutter, which I think is more of a dagger, but that's just a D4 instead of a D6, and you'll still get the sneak attack.
Okay.
So go ahead and make that attack against Bob Beezle.
All right. 14 there.
And again, you try to drive this box cutter into Bob Beezle, and this shimmering barrier that you saw appear previously just ripples around, and he just chuckles.
What are you laughing at?
It's cute, honestly. It is Bob Beezle's turn, and he takes his flaming sword and tries to attack you, Miriam, with it. And he has disadvantage because of this golden glow that you have going on.
And my plunger!
And a disadvantage will give him a 9, which I don't think hits.
No, it does not.
And he's going to try again. And rolls the same number again as his sword just... I think this flaming sword just connects with you and the flames go out. And he tries again as the sword reignites itself and he slashes you again and it goes out. Well, that's annoying. And it is Miriam's turn.
All right, let's flush this turd. She's going to swing 2 times with a plunger at Bob. Oh boy, one of them's no good. So 2 + 7 is not enough. But
I don't think so.
21 hits, I hope.
That does hit.
All right, she's going to use Planar Warrior on that one. And she got a total of 13 points of force damage.
Cool, so that's all force. So yeah, you break through this barrier, and you hit him with a plunger.
Yeah.
What does this look like? What does 13 points of plunger damage look like?
Well, the plunger briefly glows green as it connects. I think, up with his jaw. And I think rather than actually being like rubber, it's actually just like a solid metal. It just looks like a plunger.
Cool, so you just give him a little metal uppercut as he's just knocked back. His head just is thrown back, and it's Cleo's turn.
That's my turn. All right, I fly.
Yep.
Classic.
Classic Cleo move.
Classic Cleo. I fly. And then, so they're kind of like facing the ring of fire that I'm currently in. So I want to fly up. What's the sky like?
So the back alley behind the Warlock and Warlock offices is kind of like between buildings. But I think if you go up, so like the 2 buildings that you're between are probably like quite high. But the sky itself is open and red and dark and stormy, and there's some light embers just flying through the air as is normal in hell.
Because my kind of thought is I want to like zoom up behind them, and then for my next go, kind of do a sneak attack from behind. So
right,
with that in mind,
with that in mind, you would probably need to. You can only move 60 feet in a turn with your fly speed, so you can fly 60 feet straight up. In which case, you'll probably be out of range for a lot of stuff that would be close, but they would still probably see you.
It's kind of dramatic to fly out of a ring of fire into the sky.
Very dramatic.
Can I fly on an angle?
Sure. Which angle? Toward them or?
Yeah, like, so I'm kind of like flying up, but then also like trying to flank them. So I'm on my way to flanking them. If Miriam, Jan, and Tom are like fighting them face on, because they'll be distracted in my logic.
Let's say that the alley is a bit further than the doorway into Warlock and Warlock, so you can sort of fly up and behind them, and you are now 60 feet in the air behind them. And there is just the alley continues with just some dumpsters and other stuff. Not too much further, but you are technically behind them.
Okay, cool. Yay.
Was there anything else you wanted to do?
Nope. Just flying. Being all
Cool.
flying.
And you zoom up. And your flight is just magical flight. Like you just are glowing a little bit and just Peter Pan out of there.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. It is Karen's turn. Oh, she's got 120 feet on this.
Oh boy.
She looks up and it's dark and you're so disheveled. She still has no idea who you are. She just thinks
You're just a regular flying janitor.
well, does she think that you are? She definitely doesn't think that you're someone from Brimstonia office. Does she believe that you're someone from lesser Brimstonia office? Who knows? She doesn't know what to think. But you have your celestial magic in front of her. She's a bit confused, and she's just gonna cast bolts of flame at you.
That's fair. That's reasonable.
2 of them, in fact. One of them, I believe, will miss. What is your AC?
16.
Yeah, so that first one's gonna miss. But one of them is a crit, unfortunately.
Oh, god damn it.
So, I hope you don't fall out of the sky.
Me too.
Oh wow, this is actually a really good crit, like for you as a player. So 4 of these dice only add up to 5.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
great.
However, the other 3 add up to 15.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, Cleo's dead.
What? Why did
Cleo
you
is
fly up there?
I thought I would have been out of range, but hey ho.
How will our heroes get out of this one? Find out after these messages.
Hello, Tammies. Welcome back to Tamura Talk. I'm wine drunk on a weekend night and also your host, Tamura. Here with some fantasy advice for your fantasy life. I'm joined today by my special guests, my housemate Miriam, my niece Cleo, and their friend, Tom. Say hello.
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 And of course, this Orbcast is sponsored by Ghost Mattresses. These mattresses are straight up haunted. Use promo code TAMURASPOOKY to upgrade the ghost inhabiting your mattress from apparition to specter. Okay, on to today's questions. I've actually received quite a few questions about my guests, which is why I've brought you back here. So I'm going to take a back seat while you answer some questions all addressed from some concerned citizens of xan'moxie. This first one is for Cleo. Cleo,
Okay.
if you could have your old job back, would you take it? And do you have anything planned to get rich again?
Well, first of all, still rich. Don't be jelly.
But like you're making a lot less money.
Excuse me, who is this guest? I want to know who the guest is. Just send me their details. And what type of poison I should send them in the post. Nope.
It just says a concerned citizen.
No, I'm concerned for their life now. Talk about my job. I'll throw you to charity, huh? See how you like that. Oh, I bet this is Gregor Longbastion, isn't it? Nope. I was expecting a reply like he would be in the room. Sorry, I still
that's
get
not
used
how
to
it works. No.
No, I get confused sometimes, you know.
No.
Anyway.
We put this up into the interwebs or whatever the network is, I forget, and then we hope that someone hears it.
Yes, the ghost spider that lives on the ethereal plane that weaves the World Wide Web.
Yes, that one.
Okay, so I just yell at him now and he'll hear it later?
Yes, that's how it works.
Okay, Gregor. You suck.
Oof.
Yes.
Okay, let's
That is
move
harsh.
on.
I have to use
Okay.
the S word, I'm sorry.
You can say that with PG. Okay, Tom. Do you have any family?
Yes.
What are they like?
Oh. Haven't thought about that in a real long time. I did once have a sister. But I don't
Nope.
I don't know if I can talk
Oh,
about it.
Tom.
Oh, Tom.
Your eyes are broken.
I mean, this is really good content. Do you want to talk about it?
I just said I don't know if I can talk about it.
Well, maybe
Oh, okay.
Maybe you could cry.
Well, her name was...
That's a beautiful name.
her name? No,
That was
it's not her name. No, I was choking. I was choking up a bit because I'm sad.
basically, well, her name was Samantha.
Samantha.
And she was lovely. But, well, basically what happened was I started stealing things and, well, she didn't like that very much, did she? So she came to confront me one night when I was trying to get some mushrooms out the back of an establishment, and she got in the way of the dealings, and well, she got turned into a mushroom.
Oh no!
Oh, Tom, I'm so sorry.
That sounds.
And then I didn't realize that I served her.
Oh.
Oh.
Some sort of strange mafia term on it.
I didn't mean to. It wasn't. Anyway, I don't like to talk about it, obviously.
Fair. I wouldn't like to talk about it either.
Okay, let's move on to a less depressing question.
Okay.
Let's see, what do we have here? Here's the Miriam. Miriam, since you decided to become a park ranger, did you eventually get your parents to accept it instead of being gargoyle makers? Okay, Miriam, do you want to answer this one?
So she's just holding like a teacup, and then like her fist tightens and it shatters, and she's just like holding broken shards, and then like the blood is like slowly kind of just dripping onto the microphone console, and she's like, next question.
Okay, and I've got shards of ceramic in my eye, and you know what that means? It's time to end the Orbcast. Remember, don't trash talk, Tamura talk. Oh, we should go to the hospital.
Okay.
About the blood or Tom's leaking
Everything, all of it. Let's go.
All right.
Hi there, it's me, your Dungeon Master, Peak. Welcome to this very quick mid-roll. I apologize for this episode going up late, and for it being shorter than usual. Unfortunately, we had some technical issues and lost half of the recording, so we've been trying to figure out what to do about it. We've decided to just move forward and record the next episode as if it never happened. But until then, you're going to get less D&DQ than usual. So we're sorry about that. So as a little treat, let's get back to the episode.
Alright, so...
I was going to wait till later to bring this up, but now's a good time as any. So I love the way those flashbacks happened last episode, where you just flash back to something you'd planned earlier. So for this episode, as you are possibly engaging in this heist, you have 3 twist points. And you can spend these twist points at any time to kind of just alter reality a bit and just be like, actually, I had something prepared for this that you planned for back when you were discussing your plan for today. So if you'd like to use a twist point right now and justify it, then this is probably a good time. So you've only got the 3, but because they are finite, you can get sort of pretty creative with these.
Okay, so this might be unfeasible, but let's give it a go. So Cleo just gets shot from the sky, right? And so Cleo starts to fall down, but then from the corner of the alley, another Cleo appears.
What?
Because I like to think that we all snuck in. What's the double team? It's double team in Pokemon. We've all double teamed ourselves.
Doesn't that mean something else?
Maybe that's too strong. Too strong.
No, I really love that, and it does get you out of this pickle. I think maybe it only applies to you, so only you have prepared for this, and I don't think, since you can't do this yourself with your own magic, you need to have acquired this somehow. So how have you done this? And also, of course, whenever you use a twist point, we have to flash back to you explaining that you need to do this.
Okay.
So how did you acquire this? As we flash back to the time that you spent between lunch and now planning this heist.
Guys, look, this is a magical store. I have something to confess. As you may know, I am not the strongest living being in creation. I am quite beautiful and my voice is stable. But as you know...
physically weak!
Yes, I am like a paper bag drifting through the wind. Not like a firework.
Every time you go into the sky, like flying, it's a cool ability, but I just worry for your life.
I worry for my life every day. That's why I get other people to do things for me. It's easier that way.
I thought that was because you were lazy.
Nah, comme ci comme ça, as they say in French xan'moxie. But
I see.
I feel like the magic here is going to be overwhelming. And, well, I know that there's this cool trick I learned last time I was here at the Christmas party. Because no one likes speaking to Stingy Steve. So we all use this potion that we got from one of the local shops, which duplicates ourselves, and then that person can just sit there as an illusion, chatting away, and we can go on with our lives happy. He's really stingy.
Okay, sure.
It's not mean. Don't judge me.
Wait! And I look over at Tom. How do we know we're not speaking to a duplicate right now?
Well, I think that mole was there.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It's a big mole. I remember looking at that one.
And I guess if you were going to duplicate, you'd make it better, right? So you wouldn't put that mole there.
Stop talking about my mole. Anyway, I'm going to buy myself one of these gadgety things. They're fun. Do you want one? Do you want one?
No, I've got something else in mind. And then she winks at the camera.
And we cut back to the present as you see Karen fire these 2 bolts of flame at this flying Cleo. The second one connects and completely incinerates you as there is then just a puff of smoke and some confetti. An illusion as Cleo steps out of some dumpsters and trash bags behind Karen and Bob.
Does that mean I still have my spell slots, or have I used them?
Yes, that was an illusion. You didn't cast fly.
Well done.
What are you dressed as for this deception? Are you still like 2 wig reveals in, or are you still a janitor?
I am dressed without the wig reveals. I'm ready to re-wig.
So you are just a regular janitor again?
I'm a regular janitor now. I will do another wig reveal when it is called upon.
Could you roll me a stealth check?
So? Yeah, sure. That is a 13. Lucky number 13.
Your deception has worked, but both Bob and Karen hear you rustling out of trash bags. And Bob doesn't turn around, but Karen does, and he sees you. What? How did you...
Don't say anything.
And that's the end of Karen's turn, and it's Jan's turn. And she is still on the other side of the ring of fire, and she's just... she hasn't seen you emerge, so she just saw you explode. Oh my god! Oh, this is one of those jobs. Look, it's fine. Gotta get this done. Remember the janitor's code.
What's the janitor's code?
Rule 1 of the janitor's code.
No.
Keep on going, even if one of your janitor friends is shot with flames and is incinerated in front of you.
That sounds like an awful code.
It happens a lot. It's Tom's turn.
Alright, so I've tried a little stabby stab, but that didn't work. I've been burnt. Not physically, just emotionally. So is there... What else is around us? Like, is there... Did you say there's a trash can?
Yeah, so this alley continues further along behind Bob and Karen, where there are some dumpsters and, like, trash bags where Cleo has just emerged out of.
Can I, like, spring up and go kind of hide in the dumpster for a bit?
Sure. Yeah, you can disengage as a bonus action to move away from Bob and Karen, and then you can make me a stealth check as you jump into some dumpsters.
Alright. Getting stealthy. Wanna be stealthy. Stealthy. Ooh, 23.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, so you run over Karen and Bob. Bob tries to swing at you as you run past him, but you evade him with your feline grace as you step toward these dumpsters, and you step through a trash bag, which you burst with your feet as a plume of feathers explodes out of it, and then the feathers clear, and you are hidden, as far as you can tell.
Perfect.
And it's Bob's turn, and he is going to have a quick glance at you, but not look too hard.
Jan's the real threat.
And then returns his attention back to Miriam, who he has failed to hit with his sword. So he's going to try that again.
Mm-hmm.
And misses again once. And will hit you with the second attack.
Damn, we had a good run.
You had a pretty good run. So you are going to take 10 slashing damage and 4 fire damage.
Oh, damn.
And you're going to have to make a concentration check as well for your
just
protection from evil and good.
Did, and it's a 14, so I succeed.
Perfect. So yeah, he slashes past your protection, and it bounces back. Pretty good. Pretty good. And it's your turn, Miriam.
Okay, cool. So just to get the terrain in mind, I'm facing off with the flaming circle and Jan behind me. In front of me is Bob Beezle and Karen Styx. And then behind them is Tom and Cleo. And the entrance to Warlock and Warlock.
Yes. Also, Oculo is there. I think he's just hiding behind a dumpster or something.
Okay, cool. So we might be able to duck past them and run for the doors and get in. Maybe. I don't know. And we hope that the doors are open. You know what? Let's give it a go. So she's going to go for 2 swipes at Bob Beezle first. So she'll attack him twice. And the other one is... So I've got a 17 on one. Does that hit?
No. You are met with that shimmering barrier again.
Damn. Okay, the other one is 23 hits.
That will hit.
Okay, cool. So she'll do the Horizon Walker ability thing again that I've forgotten the name of. Planar Warrior. So 9 plus 6 is 15 points of damage. Plunger damage. Magical plunger damage. Yeah.
Cool. You hit him with that.
How does he look?
So both of your attacks that have landed so far have like taken a nice chunk of him out. You've torn through some of his expensive clothing, and you've just left like a giant. Well, I guess you've. I think you've like smashed his face in a bit with this metal plunger. He's not looking great, but he could take a few more hits.
Okay, cool.
How dare you? These were brand name.
Is the brand name stupid? And then she's going to... She's not in melee range from Karen, is she?
Running past her, you would be.
Okay, so I'd have to run past her. Alright,
Yes.
cool. That helps me make my decision. I will use my bonus action to cast Misty Step and teleport.
I believe it's a bonus action to use Planar Warrior.
Oh, you are right, and I screwed the pooch. Boy.
But you do have disadvantage on attacks from them, so...
Yeah. Okay, fine. I will run. I'll do it the old-fashioned way. So I'm going to try and duck past them and use my movement to run towards the front doors of Warlock and Warlock.
Sure. As you rush past them, they will both try to attack you. Bob swings at you with his sword and gets a 1.
Woo!
So the sword is loose from his hand as he tries to swing at you, still kind of taken aback from your comment. And the sword goes flying toward Karen. And she ducks out of the way. It doesn't hit her, but she does lose her opportunity to make an attack against you.
Oh, God
and
bless.
you make it to the door.
I love that. Great. I make it to the door. Okay, well, I can't open it this turn, but I will try it next turn.
I will let you try.
Okay, I will try and open the door.
It is locked.
Cool.
Cleo, it's your turn. I think Karen had to duck out of the way, so she has landed in some trash bags at your feet. And Bob's flaming sword is next to you.
So, if I was to do a lightning lure...
oh God, I hope it works.
Would she get like disadvantage because she's like in a pile of trash bags?
I believe she would.
All right, come on, this is gonna work. Lightning, look, lightning, look.
So you're trying to pull her toward you?
Yeah, I'm trying to like fling her up. If she's like right below me, I'm not.
Oh, I like this. Like, yeah, sure. I like this happening simultaneously. So she's jumping out of the way of the flaming sword, and you try to catch her in midair with that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
she'll have disadvantage. And rolled a 1!
Yay!
So you finally get to roll damage for this spell.
Oh
and,
my god. I'm gonna get like
pull
2
her
ones.
10 feet towards you, which will have a bit more momentum because she's already midair and she rolled a 1.
Can it be like up in the... Yeah, it's true. I want to like... Can I pull her towards me so it's not like directly towards me per se, but in my direction so she just gets flung?
Also, she felt so hard that you can pull her towards you and behind you.
Okay, I do that. So I
And
fling
that's
her
also
across.
2d8 lightning damage.
Alright, so the first one's a 6.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one is a 7. Yeah!
Nice.
Cool. So 13 in total. So she takes half of that damage, rounded down, because as you fling her with this, your lure still wraps around her. You still fling her behind you, but the shimmering barrier appears again. She's still damaged a little bit, but looks like she's resistant. And you fling her into some dumpsters behind you.
Cool. I'm happy with it.
And it's her turn, and she has landed in a dumpster and has no bearings. Am I surrounded by... Oh, disgusting! Where am I? And she is just wasting her turn trying to get herself out of trash. This also drops her concentration on the Ring of Fire. And it's Jan's turn, so she just sees an opening and just runs toward Miriam with the cleaning cart and tries to shove Bob Beezle out of the way. And knocks him completely over as she just rushes for the Order of Janitors! As she rams his cleaning cart into Bob as he is knocked back toward the alley where Karen also is and is next to Miriam. And it is Tom's turn.
All right, so I'm still in the dumpster. How is the door locked? What sort of lock is?
It's just
going
like a
on?
lock with a handle.
Like a key lock?
Yeah, just like a regular key lock.
Okay.
Oculo was going to open it for you.
Yeah, but then he betrayed us.
Yeah. I mean, he's still there, just cowering behind a dumpster.
So can I maybe shake him down for some keys?
Sure. You see him from the dumpster that you're hiding in. You see him just with his hands just trying to hide his massive body. And you see a lanyard just hanging out of one of his pockets.
I'll just like grab.
Mm-hmm. He's so terrified he doesn't even notice.
Sweet.
As you grab it and rush toward the door.
And so then does it help open it?
Yes, it opens it.
Woohoo!
Oh my god.
Alright guys, let's get near.
And you have opened the way for your allies. Great. And it is Bob Beezle's turn. And he is still stunned by the cleaning cart. And he's just on the ground. So Miriam and Cleo, you can both rush through the door freely.
Sure.
Yay.
Yeah.
In fact, I think we can drop initiative for now.
Yeah.
As you've taken them out right now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can all just rush through as Jan follows with the cleaning cart.
Awesome. If I can, I'd like to barricade the door with the cleaning cart. Like, put the handle up against the door.
Sure. But we need these cleaning supplies.
And we'll use our arms to carry them.
What?
I like your commitment to the janitor's code. Rule number 2. Even if you're trekking it up a mountaintop, if you need to, carry those cleaning supplies by yourself.
I'll never forget those rules.
Carry that mop bucket. Put it on your head as a helmet if you need to. That's what it says in this janitor's handbook.
They spare no detail.
Oddly specific to this current situation, but that's what's so great about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. I'll grab a bunch of stuff.
Cool. And yet you have barricaded the door with the cleaning carts and probably like put a mop handle through the door.
Yeah.
Like handle as well.
Yeah, exactly. One of those situations.
It looks quite secure. So you are in a slate corridor that leads up to 2 swinging doors up ahead.
Okay, cool. Now, we never figured out the layout of this place. We just know that it was in here, right?
Yes. That's all you know.
Yeah, cool. Is there a fire plan or one of those helpful, like, meeting room guides or something like that on the wall? I mean, do they have a in case of fire sign in hell? I don't know. Maybe that's like
That seems
pretty
redundant.
every day. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, what's a workplace hazard that could occur in hell?
A workplace hazard.
Or someone says bless you after sneezing.
Yeah, there's like a celestial escape. So in case of like celestial exposure, you can use this escape, which is exactly just like a fire escape.
Oh, perfect.
And it looks like you are in a fire escape. So as you continue along, you come to a turn which leads into some stairs heading up and down. But there's also the 2 doors in front of you that you think might head to the ground floor of the offices.
Okay. So the site that we're going to be cleaning, and I look at Jan, is probably not on the ground floor. What do you think? Should we go up or down? Was it up or down, or just one direction? Sorry.
Up or down.
Okay.
What floor are we cleaning?
It's the floor with the soul vault in it.
Oh, duh. That's on basement 666.
Jan, I knew there was a reason you got the job.
Well, we probably can't walk there. That's 666 flights of stairs.
You are right.
That's all right. We're gonna get in a lift, yeah, in an elevator.
Yeah, I guess you can just use the swipe card that the client gave you.
Oh, this thing will work, eh?
Do you have a swipe card?
Is that the lanyard?
Didn't I take it? The one that I took from...
No, the lanyard just has keys.
Oh.
For this fire escape.
I see.
Celestial escape.
Swipe... Oh, I think I forgot my swipe card.
You know what? I remember that Oculo guy saying he would leave it for us in the front desk.
Ah, right.
Let's go look for where he left it for us. He definitely left it for us.
Yes.
Sure, let's head there, I guess. As the 4 of you proceed through the swinging doors into the main lobby of Warlock and Warlock. I need you all to make me perception checks.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's not the right thing.
Oh, that was a 2. So, 2 plus
12.
A 5.
I got an 8.
Well, Jan got a 1.
Oh, boy.
So, yeah, you run into the lobby of Warlock and Warlock. It's identical from how you saw it earlier today, with that same ball of souls that is just hovering over the reception desk. And you make it to the desk as you find that there are just some swipe cards just in a candy bowl just on the desk next to Oculo's stuff. And as you make it halfway toward the lift, you only then realize that you have been walking in perfect vision of security imps, which are just perched on top of the closer to the ceiling of this room, and they all just point at you and screech as 4 of them begin flying down from the ceiling. And we can maintain the initiative that we had before, and I'll just roll these imps into it.
Are they making like alarm noises, or are they just like coming to attack us?
It's a pretty alarming screech.
Okay.
You can all roll me history checks.
Okay.
As you realize what is going on.
So
what do you get for your history checks?
8.
I got 10.
I got 9.
Oh, boy.
What did Miriam get? Sorry?
8.
You don't know anything about security imps. Neither does Jan. as they are just descending on you and screeching. It is Tom's turn.
Oi, all right. Have I got my spray still?
You do.
Great. Can I
Dead
can I
hold them.
use it on one of them?
Yep. Roll to hit.
Right. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, that's not good. 12.
That is enough to hit.
Woohoo!
That's a d6 of acid damage plus your dexterity.
Ooh, okay. 7?
Sure. Tell me what happens to one of these imps.
All right. So I spray the bottle, and the imp is assuming that it's just going to be like a liquid, and so it starts to kind of laugh, and as it laughs, the arrow like lodges in its mouth, and then it just kind of disintegrates.
Mm-hmm. As this imp cackles and it melts away from this acid, and then you kind of see it bulge and it explodes in a shower of flame, and is fine for the four of you, but would have been worse if it was closer. And it is
good to
Miriam's
know.
turn.
Okay, cool. She's going to take out her plunger, which, let me ask, is canonically Bad Boys in disguise or not?
Oh! How would
I have disguised them? That's a good point.
Yeah, because you did say that the plunger head was metal before.
I did. I don't know how I would have done it. That's fine. Let's just say I found a mad metal plunger. Cool.
Flashback without a twist point. You were just at a toilet store where everything is made of metal.
Yeah. And everything in the store is metal.
Yes, of course. For our terrible demon shits.
Wow. Okay, that's wild. I'll take this. And she holds up the large plunger. Cool. Okay, and we've cut back. And then I'm going to take out something else that's ranged, knowing that I need that. And what would that be? What would that be as a cleaning item? Let me see. She's going to hurl urinal cakes at them.
Perfect.
Great. She pulled a bunch of them out of the cart. Yeah.
Sure, I think these count as daggers that you're throwing.
Yep, cool. I'm fine with that. Cool. So she'll use her 2 attacks to throw urinal cakes at 2 different imps.
Sure.
So the first one is +7 plus. Am I proficient with urinal cakes?
Yes.
Great.
You're proficient with daggers.
Great. So it's a 19 on one, and then the other one's a natural 20.
They both hit.
Oh boy. Okay, so we'll do the nat 20 first.
Were either of these a planar warrior, or you're not bothering?
Yeah, I'll make one of them planar warrior, the non-crit.
Sure,
one.
so the non-crit one is just a glowing green urinal cake.
Okay, great. 9 plus strength modifier is...
I'm kind of wondering as well, do you think the sentence, am I proficient in urinal cakes, has ever been uttered in a game of D&D before?
I
don't
have to
think
hope
it's uttered
so.
in human history.
Or in human history.
I hope so too.
So it's 13 points on one and 14 points on the other.
Yeah, you blow up these imps.
Cool.
As you, I like Miriam throwing these like throwing stars, like both from your chest at once.
Yeah.
As they whiz past these imps into them, and they explode into the same shower of flames. And there is one imp left, and it is Cleo's turn because they rolled lower than all of you.
God.
Question: because we rolled initiative, is that a crossbow opportunity?
Since we retained initiative, no.
Okay.
But
Eldritch
normally...
Blast then.
Yeah, sure.
Pew pew. 2 bolts at the same. Oh well, maybe I'll just do one and then see if it hits.
Sure.
90. Yeah, that hits.
Go ahead, roll damage.
Yay. 1d10. Where's my d10? 8 plus.
Yeah, so the number I was looking for was a 5, so yeah.
Great.
As this last imp explodes into a shower of flame, and you continue running toward the elevators. And you make it there and hit the button, and you all hear the sound of a crash and a bang, followed by a small explosion, as you think that perhaps Bob and Karen have gotten through your barricade.
No.
Okay, let's get in
And just-
quickly.
And just at that moment, you hear a ding!
Cool.
So, like, who are those guys? Like, why they try to stop us from doing this job?
They are the Pro-Dirt Brigade. The PDR. No, PDB. Yes.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about those guys. Even though they said they were lawyers, but I'm sure that was just a ruse.
Yeah, they sometimes use terrible disguises to try and trick us so they can make mess.
Ah, which is why you had disguises planned. Makes sense. Oh, that pro-dirt brigade. They're our mortal enemies at the Janitors Union.
Yeah. Yeah, pro-dirt people and anti-vaxxers. They're the same sort.
All right, let's go.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll hit the 666 basement and then the closed doors button in quick succession.
And you swipe one of the swipe cards that you found as you begin hurtling down to 666. And I need you all to make me Constitution saves.
Oh no.
Wasn't that a thrilling conclusion? Join us next time for another riveting installment of Dungeons and Drag Quiz! Dungeons and Drag Quiz is a production of Cleo and the Queens. For more information, head to thequeens.com.au. That's the kwqueens.com.au. The City of xan'moxie is written and run by the DM up in your DMs, Peak Distapan. The sultry voice of Cleo Fallcharges was none other than AJ Lamarck. Ranger Park Ranger Miriam Gargoyles was, of course, Jack Gorman. The terrific tones of Tomcat provided courtesy of Candace Gallimore. Titles, credits, and additional writing performed by the disembodied voice of Ryan James Pearson. And a special thanks to Danny Johnstone of D Johnstone Music for the D&DQ theme song. Follow D&DQ AU on Twitter and Facebook to stay up to date with the latest D&DQ news. That's all for now. Until next time, the City of xan'moxie bids you adieu.